So this is my Lanner Electronics router appliance. This is a discontinued model. This is a FW-7565E version 1. Now I got this, there's a story behind this. I got this for cleaning out a data center. Not only this, but a bunch of old compact servers, switches, a lot of work. But the only thing useful out of the whole data center was this thing, and I've been using it as my personal router at home for the past couple of years. It's worked well. I have pfsense installed on it. Actually, it had pfsense installed on it, and I just reset all the information. But the power supply went out on this, and I know it did because I tested it already. I put in a temporary power supply to test it, and it does boot up, so it's fine. Now the only thing bad about this is the power supply is a little hard to get, so it's on back order, or at least it's going to take a while to receive, so I can't use it for the moment. But at least it gives me a chance to pop this open as well. So it's a 6-port. All the ports are gigabit. They're Intel gigabit, so they support the VLANs and all the options, the standard server network card support. So you can use this in pfsense to do all kinds of things, but I just use it as a straight router. No switching type setup, just your standard router, and I only use a few ports. But it's worked out well, besides the fact that it failed. So just a few lessons to be learned here. One is don't take equipment as payment for work, because you just never know what you're going to get. So I thought I was going to be getting some good servers, but at the end, I'm just basically storing old junk now, because I can't use any of those servers, and the only thing good out of it was just one piece of equipment, which has failed, and it's going to cost me some money to repair. So good lesson to learn. Don't take any work unless you actually know what you're getting at the end. So I was expecting a bunch of 1U HP servers. Turned out to be a bunch of 2U HP servers, which from the point of view of work, removing 2U servers is a lot harder than removing 1U servers. They're a lot heavier. It's harder for a single person to remove off the racks and physically take into an outside location. So I was expecting an easier job with the 1U servers. It turned out to be 2U servers, so a lot of more manual labor type of work. So lesson learned. Next time, try to see what you're actually getting before you agree to any kind of work like that. But the other thing I learned was that this company, Lanner Electronics, actually makes good hardware. So besides the power supply failing, I looked at their available hardware, and they got quite a lineup of hardware you could use for all kinds of industries. So this is your standard 1U appliance, and this could be rebranded for anything basically. If you wanted to start selling routers with pfsense on it, you could easily put your label here, and this can be programmed to do all kinds of functions. So rebooting, status, all that neat stuff. Might require a little bit of coding work to get the display to work, but it's all there, basically done for you. Usually when I need to use a 1U server as a router, I use the Super Micros, but this has all the features built in. You don't have to get a quad port card, it's got 6 ports already, so it doesn't need anything additional. So let's open this up and see what we got. face. And let's take a look. So you got, it looks like two processors in here with heatsink, no fans, and all kinds of storage device options. So it looks like an SD card, compact flash, SATA, memory over here, and right now it has a 160 gig Western Digital Blue drive. It's a Scorpio Blue, it says. You really don't need much performance in terms of hard drive for this, unless you're using some, for some kind of proxy server, but general purpose router. This is fine. I would probably go with an SSD drive these days, something decent that doesn't fail on maybe a power failure, has some write protection that it doesn't corrupt your data. But otherwise, this thing was running for 2 years solid before the power supply failed. So this is FSA Group power supply. So this size, the short depth ones are not easy to find, so I have ordered one, but it's probably going to take another few more weeks until it arrives. But I've tested it with the full length Flex ATX power supplies and it works fine. I could probably squeeze one in, but I'd rather get the right model for this unit, so I don't want to have any problems later with putting in something that might cause some kind of ventilation issues. So right here it looks like it'll suck in the air nicely. If I put it over here, it might not. So let's just leave it the way it is. Otherwise, it's a nice little box. Two separate fans here that help ventilate. It's a small board, so I don't think it really needs all that ventilation. We got the little rubber things here so that the hard drive doesn't vibrate. So if you're putting in one of these things together and you're using a mechanical drive, try to find something like this with the little rubbers here that'll prevent a lot of vibration from happening. So a lot of the simple ones just basically screw in. There's no kind of vibration protection. A lot of drives have this feature built in, but in case your drive doesn't, it's a good choice. So if you're looking at caddies for different drives and you see ones with the little rubbers, that's what they're for. So it's just a little extra, but it might help. But I would just go with the SSD, a good quality SSD drive, so that way you don't have to worry about any of that. Let's see, that's about it. Let's take a look at the back. Sides. So look at the inside. And just let's leave it.